Right? So you tell me today, what kind of politics do you practice?
By the way, the charges were not made by the Congress party.
Was the leader? Which Congress party? Was it made by Harun Yusuf? Was it made by Harun Yusuf? Is he a Congress party leader?
1 minute.
Is Harun Yusuf a Congress party leader?
Even though if it happened 2 decades ago,
is Harun Yusuf a Congress party leader?
No, he has got every right to defend himself.
No. So, this is brilliant. This is brilliant.
To answer your question,
no, this is brilliant, Sanjay Jha. This is such complete hypocrisy at your end. When you will disown any single irresponsible leader. You will disown every single irresponsible comment.
Delhi has been fought on issues.
You will disown.
Of law and order, we are fighting it on development, we are fighting it on growth. Let me tell you, we have made tangible difference. Why? That's the reason
Mr.
Jha won it 3 times.
Mr. Jha,
but that doesn't mean that you absolve somebody of their own personal misdemeanors, even though if it happened 17 years ago. How can you ignore that? You have a right to question the character of every individual involved. I think even yesterday when I came back and I saw your debate on Newshour, you have to question Narendra Modi's integrity, because if a chief minister and a prime ministerial candidate is surveying an individual at close quarters using state machinery, you're raising issues of integrity and ethics.
No.
You have to ask those tough questions.
By the way,
and you can ask a congressman as well. We are open to it.
Do we? Yeah, thank you. Simple question is, Mr. Jha. I want I want to begin by thanking Sanjay Jha for his loyal viewership of the Newshour on Sunday nights. But I want to ask Mr. Sanjay Jha that how is it that Harun Yusuf, when he accuses Harshvardhan of being a rapist, becomes a private citizen, and Harun Yusuf, when he sits in his Lal Batti Gadi and goes to the Delhi Secretariat, becomes a Congress leader? Please explain this miracle. This Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde personality, which you seem to be actively encouraging on the Newshour tonight, is basically the reason why our political discourse has gone to such depths. No, let him answer for himself. Shazia, after that. Answer that. This Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde transformation of Harun Yusuf.
Let me tell you. Well, let me tell you, I don't think we need to even attribute names to any one person raising up an issue that happened 10 years ago or 17 days ago. The critical issue is everything about every individual in today's world, Arnab, is on the public domain called, internet. Nothing can be escaped. I can tell you that today,
No, you are not answering my question. How is Harun Yusuf? How is Harun Yusuf? How is Harun Yusuf a private citizen when he's abusive? No, how is Harun Yusuf a private citizen when he's abusive and defamatory? And how is he a Congress leader when he's in the minister's chair? I just don't understand this. I'm not used to this. By this logic, you would say tomorrow that all your top leaders can individually say anything about anybody. Tomorrow you'll say that your top leaders can even go and throw ink at press conferences if required. They'll be doing it in their private capacity as long as they don't sit in a party press conference and do it. No, I'm applying the same logic. Shazia is
the BJP's prerogative.
Shazia.
Vijay Singh is the...
Shazia, you buy that?
Is the biggest example of
all
this. He's a biggest private citizen of
Dr.
Congress
Jekyll,
is Digvijay Singh.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde syndrome.
Yeah, Shazia.
Yeah, this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde syndrome, this political schizophrenia that we watch all around us, I think has to be condemned unequivocally. 2, condemnation has to be absolutely unconditional. It cannot be conditional. 3, and a very important point here that I need to make, something big has happened in your debate today. We heard Sushma Swaraj say some time back that if this man was indeed a BJP man, he would be saying Atal Bihari Vajpayee Zindabad and not Anna Hazare Zindabad. Now this is a moment of epiphany. Congress, we know how Congress feels about Anna Hazare and how Anna Hazare feels about Congress. We now know, and the nation knows right now, that how BJP feels about Anna Hazare. There is a difference between BJP and Anna Hazare, which has been made completely clear by none less than Sushma Swaraj. So, and if Anna Hazare wants to distance himself
I'm not talking about that.
From Aam Aadmi Party, we understand that.
I'm not talking about that.
This is a very important point. Who is taking up for Anna Hazare? Anna Hazare's name is being used all the time by everybody. But when it comes to the bill that he stood for which he put his life in jeopardy, is not being taken up seriously by anybody.
No, so I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about goons. You understand my point? I'm talking about goons. I'm talking about hooligans. I am talking about antisocial elements. I am talking about people like this Nachiketa who throws ink. I am talking about people like Jagdish Sharma. You remember the November 2012 press conference in which Arvind Kejriwal's press conference was also interrupted, right? So Shazia, let's talk very straight tonight.
Yes.
In November 2012, a person who was called Jagdish Sharma disrupted an Arvind Kejriwal press conference. Sanjay Jha, you remember that? Sambit, you remember that incident? You remember that incident? And you know what happened then? India Against Corruption, as this party was then known, released pictures of Jagdish Sharma with Robert Vadra and Sonia Gandhi. What was the point that you were making? Come on, Shazia, tell me directly. You were trying to make a point that he was being sent by the Congress party. Did you do that or did you not?
True.
True. Why do you say true?
Yes,
why do you say true?
Pictures of him celebrating Rahul Gandhi's birthday.
So what was your charge? Make it directly.
Celebrating Rahul Gandhi. Well, we are saying that they encourage goons, they encourage miscreants. In the name of loyalty, they want Gundaraj. And it has to be stopped.
That's the point.
And we can't fall prey to that.
That's the point. I hope Sanjay...
That goon's name was Rajiv Lakshman.
No, 1 second, please. I'm not talking about Rajiv Lakshman. The question is very simply this.
I'm very sorry.
No, 1 minute.
Rajiv
you want to be specific?
He apologized immediately and so did I.
The viewer wants you to be specific.
The kind of language Rajiv Lakshman was using 3 days ago on your platform, Shazia, the whole world has seen.
Don't move away. Don't move away. We are on a specific point.
So bad words also have to be
Exactly.
I want to know what happens to a shoe thrower in Indian politics. I want to know. No, 1 minute. I'm asking to you. A shoe thrower, an ink thrower, a chappal thrower, a hoodlum, an antisocial and a gunda. I'm asking the viewer tonight, how do you want these gundas to be treated? I want the gundas to be locked up forever. I want to know whether political parties have the courage to do so. So I'm asking Sanjay Jha, tell me, what action did you take against Jagdish Sharma?
Well, I can answer this for a fact. And, this is something that we need to understand very, very clearly. That the decision, which was completely influenced by the initiative of Mr. Rahul Gandhi to bring about the cancellation of the ordinance.
No. The question is not that. The question is there was a shoe thrower.
In India going forward.
The question is there was a shoe thrower.
You can't ignore the import of that.
What did you do again to fix the shoe thrower?
Let me tell you, criminals convicted. No, 1 minute. Criminals will hereafter not get an opportunity to be in any political
hereafter
party.
And
means I think that is really the purification of the cleansing that we should be happy about.
What is hereafter?
Let me answer.
What is hereafter?
Number two, there is no denying, 1 minute, Arnab, let me finish. There is no denying that anyone, and as a party, let me tell you, that we try as far as we can is not to have not a single antisocial element in the party. But supposing by, God forbid, somebody manages to make an entry and do something which is embarrassing for the party, we have to take strict action. These things do happen. I'm not going to ignore that reality. But having said that, the crucial point is that as a party, we are working
Sanjay, you are
day in and night out and trying to keep these CD
you are
missing
the most crucial point. These hooligans thrive because of political support.
To make
you
sure
are missing the crucial point.
Is really the changing aspect of Indian politics.
I'm taking a caller. I throw this question tonight.
We should feel good about.
No, I'm taking a caller. And I'm putting this question to all Newshour viewers tonight. Do you, the viewer of Newshour, believe that these political gundas, hoodlums, whatever you call them, ink throwers, chappal throwers, thrive because they know that somewhere the neta who's sitting on top of them will provide them the support? Which is why I'm asking Sanjay Jha today that this man, Jagdish Sharma, of whose 8 photographs were released with top Congress leaders, what action was taken against him? If a Congress worker who's a shoe thrower gets away, what example can we setting for the whole country? Number of callers coming in. Our first caller is from Bangalore. It's Mr. Vishwanathan. Mr. Vishwanathan, yes, you have a specific question. Good evening.
Good evening. My question is that disowning of any person having involved in such incidents is not something new. And secondly, it shows that the outburst of anger against any political party.
Okay, Mr. Vishwanathan, it's more a statement than a question. Thank you very much for calling me. And Judy is calling in from Mumbai. Second caller from Mumbai as well. Yes.
Yeah, hello, Arnab Goswami.
Hi, Judy.
And a very good evening to all our panelists there. My question is to the BJP.
To the BJP.
When will BJP start playing fair? Because the nation is watching. They've always said that they're a party with a difference. And is it a new law a difference that they're making in India?
Oh, Sambit Patra, that goes to you. Judy, please stay on the line. Let's see if the BJP answers that. By the way, Judy, the BJP says this man is not ours, but you don't seem convinced. Go ahead, Sambit. You haven't been able to convince even our viewers tonight.
We are different because we never indulge in such kind of politics. We have maintained, and I'm still saying on NewsHour, that this particular man, Nachiketa, is not a BJP man. He might have been at some point, had a stint with BJP, but he is an IAC, India Against Corruption man. He has emotions attached to Anna Hazare, and today he has...
What do you mean by emotions attached to Anna Hazare?
Emotions for Anna Hazare. I believe Nachiketa himself would answer.
I don't understand emotional attachments.
BJP has nothing to do with all this.
Well, just look at this. Yeah. When he says he supports Anna, they want to believe him. But when he says he's a BJP activist or a BJP worker, they don't want to believe him. It's so selective. It's so convenient. Take some and throw some as per convenience.
Why convenient?
This expediency
it is on record. He has contested against the official BJP candidate. How can he be in BJP?
I know.
He has contested against the party.
But what about Vinod Tavade? He's a very senior Maharashtra. But what about Vinod Tavade? Surely he recognizes...
Sazia, I'll tell you. I'll answer you. I'll answer you on this. Sazia, the problem is, since you have only 4 people in your party, you know all their names at the tip of your fingers. We have lakhs of them in the whole country. It is not possible humanly to remember everyone.
Sambit, it is a known fact. No, 1 minute, Sambit. Sambit, it's a known fact. Allow me one. It's a known fact that Indian politics specializes in encouraging political hoodlums, mercenaries. These are people who are dime a dozen. You buy them, some of them you buy with a bottle, some of them you buy with cash, some of them you use. And there are several states where these people move depending on which side is in power. These people become your paid agents. These are the political terrorists of modern day India, and unless political parties like yours know to put these people in their place, they will only thrive. Which is why the shoe throwers, the ink throwers, the chappal throwers should all be locked up, put in jail under some special sections of the Indian Criminal and Penal Code. Problem is, political parties like yours use them. You have a use and throw relationship with these people. You don't care what the Aam Aadmi in India thinks about these people. These people should be eliminated from our political life. I have an ex-caller, and you will face more embarrassment today unless you, all of you, learn to isolate your politics from these people. Ashish is calling from Dhanbad. Ashish.
Yeah, Arnab, how are you?
I'm very well. Good evening, Ashish. Thanks for calling and thanks for watching. Who's your question to?
Yeah, I just want to ask that after elections have been declared, what is the Election Commission doing about all this rampant hooliganism and, gundaism?
Yeah,
I mean,
a good question.
These fellows should be put behind bars and Election Commission should come out with a statement. What's going on? And secondly, I would like to ask Mr. Sanjay Jha.
Sanjay Jha, question to you.
And he's been there, the Congress has been for 3 terms in Delhi.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he take a boat ride down the Yamuna and then see what development has gone on?
Okay, but we are straying a little away from the subject, aren't we? Ashish, your question is there. I think your question is relevant. What is the Election Commission doing? I won't let Sanjay answer that because that question strays into another area, but I thank you all very much for your calls. My question on the NewsHour top debate on India's dirtiest poll campaign is being repeated once again. My question is the Delhi ink attack a result of the poor example set by our political leaders? I want to hear from you. Your points of view will be put on the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks very much for our panelists for joining me on debate number 1 on the NewsHour tonight. Thank you.